you know, a screw. I probably needed that at some point in time when I was installing something and just found the shit. So yeah, we'll put that over. What's going on? So welcome back. So listen, I'm about to show you how to disassemble the Sparco seats. I noticed there's not a lot of videos out there. I was looking for something in particular and did not find it. So I said, hey, I figured out how to do it. Why don't I share with you all? So let's just go ahead and get into this, all right? So here we go. We got the Sparco fighter seat. We are not in the garage or outside. We're gonna do this in here because I don't feel like moving all the parts just yet. The car is getting ready to start going to paint, and I need to get these seats disassembled for a portion of the project. So some of the things you're gonna need are knee pads, because we're gonna be on our knees a bit. Don't take that any kind of way. We're gonna need some needle nose, but not just any needle nose with a slight angle on them. I think that's a 45. I will put links to Amazon shopping so you can buy these if you don't have them, because some of these tools are pretty important so you don't damage things. A pair of pliers, doesn't matter. You see these are some old ones. I keep these up here, so pair of pliers anyway. A Sharpie, we're gonna need that. We'll put that over there because it'll explain that later. You're gonna need a plastic pry bar set, okay? These are very important for what you're gonna do here, all right? Trust me, these are important. You're also going to need a pick, all right? I got a snap-on pick, but you can get any pick, but this shaft, don't take that any kind of way either. It needs to be strong enough to take pressure, because there are going to be portions that we're going to work on here and here that are going to take a bit of pressure and a bit of finagling. And if this shaft is weak, it's going to bend and you could potentially break something. We might break something anyway. Then you're going to need a couple of bags. You're going to need one small Ziploc bag with a writable surface on it, two larger bags, because what we're going to do as you start taking apart a car, as much as I have, or as far down as I am, you need to try to separate everything, label it, and bag it and attach it to what it goes to. All right, so with that being said, let's get started. If you have a harness on your seat, you're gonna already take some of this out because it has to come out of the car, right? So the base and the sliders are still on this seat. That's something you can do absolutely last. Actually, it's better to leave the base and the sliders on, and if you have something you can sit the seat on to kind of raise it up off of the ground, even better. Okay, don't worry about trying to sit in a chair because we're gonna have to be all up under this. So once you get your harnesses off, all the parts that are detached, just go ahead and start snaking them through. Snake them through the seat, the harness guides, and just pull them all the way out, and then we can pull them out this side, and then we can worry about the other part later, which we might not even have to worry about it because the harnesses inevitably are attached to the actual bracket that attaches to the car. So it's not like we have to take this harnesses off completely that much. So we just want to snake all this stuff through, push it through, pull it through, and then boom, get that out of our way. Once you get that out of your way, most of the stuff here on the Sparco seat is pretty easy to take out, okay? These inserts, Velcro, they come right out. Throw those over there. These come right out, throw those over there. It's also good to take pictures of anything as you go about it. That way you can kind of know how it went back in. Since I'm recording this video, you can use this video, and I'll use it too when I put this shit back together. As far as this portion, also, Velcro comes right out. You can toss that over there. This as well. Oh, look, that's, you know, a screw. I probably needed that at some point in time when I was installing something and just found the shit. So yeah, we'll put that over. So then this portion also, Velcro comes right out. Just go ahead and throw that over there. This center section, the lumbar section, also easy. Velcro comes right out. Not too hard just yet, right? Because we haven't got to the difficult stuff yet. Now, this is where we start getting a little bit into trying to be careful of not ripping fabric, not trying to break these plastic inserts, which is very important, and that's going to be a little tedious. We're going to get real close and personal on that. Now, the other portion, so we can get this skin up. Because what we want to do, let me bring you in. We're going to have to get these guides out, okay? When those guides come out, you need as much space as possible. So that's why we're going to go ahead and try and take all of the fabric off to give us as much room as we need to get into these areas, okay? That's what we're going to need to do. But there's a special area up under here that we need to take off first. And right here, we're going to need to take this off. That's what's holding the bottom portion of the fabric to the actual shell, it is pretty tight. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you now. Some of them will have one, some will have two. I think that's an inconsistency on assembly from Sparco, but either way it goes, it's going to be disassembled the same through here first. Don't try to take this off without that, because you're going to rip something and it's not going to be good for you. You're going to be really pissed off. So let's get to that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the pliers. I'm going to grasp the spring right here so I can control this side and get a good grip on it, because it will slip out because it's rounded. Take your needle nose that are angled, come in here like so, grab the bottom of that and unhook it just like that, and it's going to come loose. Now this is where the bags are going to come in handy, because now we're going to need to go ahead, take these parts, put them in the bag. Right seat 2 on there, unzip it. Start putting your hardware in there, boom. These springs go here. You could do what you need to do with them, but keep track of that. Now write seat 2 on your bigger bags, so everything that goes in those bags will be attached to seat number 2. So now that we got that spring section uninstalled, we can go ahead, pull from the bottom, and just roll this up like so, all right? Just roll it up. Now this center section, don't worry about that. Don't worry about pulling this. Just roll these up like so. Be careful. Hold that down so you don't rip anything that doesn't need to be ripped. Later on, if need be, you could put a little fabric adhesive under here if you want, kind of smooth that out, but it's not, you know, it's not really important, but you can do it if you want. Now, because we have this insert here, what we're going to do is pay attention, because you don't want to rip your fabric. You're going to unvelcro this, pull it down to one of the corners on the bracket guide, all right? Let me turn this seat this way so you can see. Pull it down to one of the corners, and as you pull it down, just pull it out, it'll snap out like that, and just work it around that harness guide, just like that. Keep pulling, and then once you get up here, you're gonna run into a nice little snag because of this section right here that keeps your shoulders in. Just go ahead, put some pressure on the seat, and roll it up. Now, once you get it here, don't go any further, because you're gonna meet a lot of resistance on this side because it's not detached. So what you wanna do is do the same thing on this side. So you wanna go around here, same thing. We're gonna turn this towards you so you can see. We're gonna roll this over, hold this down, pull the Velcro. Definitely gotta get a back job on that. Then go ahead, find that corner, pull down on that corner, work it around the guide, and then just keep this held down as you unvelcro it. Again, coming over this shoulder and bow just like that. Now what we're going to do is the same thing we did down here for those harness guides. We're going to do the same thing in this section. We're gonna find a corner that has the least amount of pressure on it, pull that way and pull the fabric over it, all right? So I'm gonna go for this corner first, and I'm gonna pull. That doesn't really feel well. This corner feels like it gives me a little bit more. So I'm gonna go with this corner, and there we go. Walk it over. Same thing, don't come too far just yet. Let's go ahead and hit this same corner. Pull the fabric. Be very careful, but be very firm. If you feel like that snap, don't go any further. Go the other way. And there it is, okay? Don't fight unnecessarily. The seat's going to tell you if you're putting too much pressure that you're gonna break something. Once we heard that little click, that's too much pressure. The fabric hadn't came out yet. I'm not gonna push the issue, because likely what can happen is I could damage this piece, which I also would put Amazon links to show you the replacement pieces for these, because I did find them in case I broke them. But once you see that, or hear that, don't do it. And now we can walk it, pull this all the way off, and then pull them off this side as well. Matter of fact, I'll turn it around so you can see that too. Now we'll pull off this side as well. Boom. And then there you go. We've got all the fabric off. Sparco right here, toss that to the side. And I'll show you how we'll store that later. Now, we gotta get these off. This is where things get a little bit dicey, because plastic never likes to really give well all the time. And the way these are clipped in is it's not just, there are 4 sections. There's a section right here clipped, here, here, here. All 4 sides have a locking clip mechanism on these. and as well as the down side portions, okay? So what we're gonna do is, while we remove that fabric, is you can hear it. We got a lot more play now. So we can kind of pry a bit more without the fabric being in the way and kind of get down in there. I'm gonna do my best to put a light down in here so you can see what you're working with and understand the approach that I'm taking so you can kind of get it. This is where things are gonna get a little, you gotta be patient. Patient, and you gotta be a little soft, but you gotta be firm. So let's get into it. I wanna show you on the lower side because it's a lot easier to hold the GoPro and get the light into this area. These clips, what you're looking for is right in there. You can see it. That little slot that you see in there is what you're going for, okay? And you can't see it much, but that little slot that's just below my thumb, that's where we're gonna have to go for to basically pry. Basically wanna push it down and then pry this portion until we hear a click. And then what we'll do is we'll use the plastic pry bar and we'll slide it in here. Once we get one of them unlatched, we'll slide it in there so it doesn't latch back as we're working on another section of these harness guides, okay? So this is the portion, like I said, you're gonna have to pay attention and you're gonna have to be a little patient but firm at the same time, all right? So let's go ahead and work down here so you can see a little bit of how I kind of tussle with it, and then we'll move up. Here we go with the first one. Plastic pry bar right here, we'll drop that. I'm gonna push it out on this side. Fabric's on this side, so I'm gonna push as hard as I can. Once I push down in there, I'm going to see this right here. You can see where that slot is. It's right in here, all right? Now I'm going to take the pick and I'm going to push, and then I'm going to pry a little bit. And if you don't get it in that section, to move to another area, and then there it is, okay? It's snapped right there. It's not gonna be a loud snap because you have 3 other spots holding in. So don't go and pull this when you hear that snap. You'll break all the rest of the retaining clip and you'll break that possibly. Then you're gonna have to get them replaced. Now we're gonna take our plastic pry bar, we're gonna slide it in here now. And I know the other clip is about round in here, so now I'm going to pry or push on this side. I'm going to find that section. I'm gonna pull that one. Now we got that one. You can see it's a lot more gap in there. We're gonna keep that in there. Now that I have that section there, I'm gonna come back to the top. I'm gonna pull my pry bar somewhere in here to keep giving me leverage. I'm gonna come to the top of this one and try to get this section now. And if that doesn't work, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come this way. So I'm gonna put the pry bar in here, and I'm going to turn the seat just a little bit. I'm gonna look in here and see if I can see that section and where it is. Put my light over here. And there it is, bow. And there it is. So all I need to do, once I saw that little section, I kind of just put a little pressure on it and it came off. And that's what we're gonna do with the rest of these. So as you can see, you have these mounting points right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like I was telling you about these, see, they're not the type where they're individual. It's still made into the actual plastic, all right? So being made into that plastic, it's not like you have a bunch of leeway, all right? So you're really bending the whole portion of the harness guide to try to utilize that and get this to bend a little bit to get up under these. But that's it. Once you get these, go ahead and mark these. If you sit in the seat, if it's the left side, mark it 2L. So this goes to seat 2 on the left side. Then what you do is you'll mark this one 2R, seat 2 on the right side, and you'll do the same thing with these, all right? 2R, 2L, pretty much by the shape. They can only go in one location. As you see, there's a drastic difference in the shape. So now let's go ahead and get this one out, get these out, and then we'll move on.
Get up the check, then they go, hey, run up the the shit, then I go flick. You hating on that, you can put on your vest. I see you got 10 Ks, I got 20 Ks. We was raised different in the different days. You probably had a pops and dinner every day. I was on lick trying to run these plays. Ain't no auto boy, I had to do my thing. Sipping on Moet and Cristal, bitch. Stepping on the paddock like I own that shit. I'm the landlord, you gotta pay that rent. Pablo Esco, I got cost cap bricks.
And there the seat is. All the plastic portions out. All of our fabrics right here, which will go in these bigger bags right there, 2 of those. All right, we're not really concerned about this. Leave these in place. There you can see some of the raw shell, the backing. Now I will go ahead and I will uninstall these brackets and these sliders. Okay, now what I might do is honestly, I'm going to uninstall the bracket, but I'm not going to take this harness off because none of this is going to paint. Leave this on as you're working with this. It will make it a lot easier for you to navigate and move the seat around, as well as try to put it up on something and work with it. So there you are, Sparco seat pretty much disassembled aside from the foam and the shell. Okay, you're getting all the other parts off depending on what your project is or what you're doing to your seat. I hope this information helps you. It definitely had helped me when I went through it myself, so I'm hoping to kind of help you all cut some of the pain out of your uninstall so you don't break any of these pieces and ruin your seat, because this seat, when it was available, is about a $685 seat per, not including the base. So you're talking about anywhere from $1,000 just for this seat assembly, which is not terribly a lot in comparison on what you can spend for certain certified seats. But when you're talking about a seat that's going into a show car build, pretty much that's a nice little penny. That's a nice little chunk of change that you're earning or you're working for. So I hope this helps. Don't forget, Wide Body Tech is coming soon. This is part of the project. I will do a video when we pick it up, take it over to paint. I'm not telling anybody what the color is going to be yet because I don't even know what it's going to be yet. Peace. Thanks for tuning in and watching another video here at Wolfpack Performance. Check out some of my other content on Formula One issues, our topics, and our DIY products on how to customize your vehicle. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.